GC5 Secret Lava Bed. A cache by Mike Teague. Hidden, May 7, 2000 in Washington, United States. Near Mount St. Helens, Washington at the moment. This is the oldest existing geocache in the world. This cache's logbook mentions another cache up the road about a mile. Unfortunately, that cache, Mike's first, does not exist anymore. It was apparently removed by someone. Mountain Marsh is only about 5 miles up the road though. Smiley face. Mike's first and Secret Lava Bed were both placed last year in my birthday, as the second and third caches of the newly created GPS stash hunt, which thereafter turned into geocaching. Enjoy the history. Neat lava rocks in this area. Lots of deep cracks and wobbly rocks. Took a solar calculator and left some aloe handy wipes. Made the trek up from Portland to hunt this and Mike's other 2 caches near Mount St. Helens. This one was a success. Great location for a cache. Really cool ancient lava flows. The cache was in great shape, with no water inside, as reported by previous visitors. I'm the first to visit, since Jeremy and Elias were here last August. The item I brought to exchange was too large to fit, so I didn't leave anything this time. I did, however, take the James Brown CD, since the cache was pretty full and needed some room anyway. Read the details and see pics at my website. Could have found this, but the Weyerhaeuser Gate kept us from passing through. Clue: do not try and find from the north. We came up the Kalama River as far as the Kalama Fish Hatchery and hit the gate. I now know you have to enter from the south side of Weyerhaeuser Land. Thanks Mike for the help in this one earlier in the week. I will get back up there next time we are down south at Teams. Culture is my hint. Go. Found this one about 1,000 hours after the drive out from West Lynn. Really cool sight, almost cold, as it poured down rain the whole trip. Appears to be a very ancient lava flow, and was totally covered with moss. Way cool. The cache itself was in good shape. We signed the log and left an electronic guitar tuner that we got from the Goat Mountain, where cache ran off with a beverage, as we couldn't close the lid after stopping the tuner in. We returned to the rig and headed to the Mountain Marsh cache for more misadventure. Thanks for the great cache. Lava flow. Decided to check on it. Can't believe it is in such good shape after almost a year in the elements. Everything is pretty much dry, but I must remind people to use the hip lock bags. They are in there for a reason. Chad and I, along with first-timers Trevor and his girlfriend Rebecca, went after 2 of my team's caches on Saturday. Most of us had ever been up around Mount St. Helens before. Chad, however, has visited Ape Cave before and sailed in Yale River. It's very beautiful, very quiet up here. I had never seen a lava bed before, but I wasn't expecting such a huge jumble of rocks with crevasses everywhere. Very interesting stuff. I left a silver dollar, didn't take anything. Trevor left a poncho in a bag. Chad took a weird-looking paper doll and left a 12H glow stick, and Rebecca didn't take or leave anything. We also took the grape open, because it was looking inedible. Frowning face. Tried this one as my first, because I was familiar with the area. It was nice and sunny and didn't have any trouble finding the cache. I didn't take anything or leave anything. This was our 3rd find of the day. We feel like old pros now. We were able to navigate directly to the site and found it immediately. It was way down and hard to reach. The cache is slightly damp inside, including inside the hip lock bags. The journal was damp. We dried out the inside of the journal bag when we replaced it. We took the wipes and left some fire starters in a Ziploc bag. My daughter is 9 years old and had a hard time with the terrain. She says this should be 2.5 stars. We had never seen a lava bed before and thought it was really cool. We found it right away and I had to go get it because of the drop-off. Everything was wet. We took the rain poncho and the red key ring light. We left a Mickey D's book, and, oops, I forget. We went exploring after that. Cache was in good condition but a bit damp. Removed all the contents and dried them out. Didn't take anything, but left a surprise since there was room. This was a straightforward find and the day was perfect. This is my first one without infector. I have to take him there. I showed a friend from Minnesota how to do this. He loved it. We have never seen a lava bed. It was way cool. I left a pocket knife, took a gift certificate. He left fire starter and took a peanut thingy. Love this one. Boomax. Found it at 6:44 p.m. as last for the day. Neat site. Cache is dry. Everything in plastic bags. Took nothing. Signed log and left a package of Big League bubble gum. Northwest Climber. Found this at about 8:30 this morning. Knew I wasn't awake yet, because I had a little trouble with balance and depth perception. A very cool place, and found the cache easily enough. Everything looked to be in great shape. Took the roadkill novel, and left a Cloudbelly baby. Hey. Who delivered the rain? It wasn't due till tomorrow. This was my quickie find for the weekend, since a noon funeral foiled my plans for Great Confluence and Big Lava Bed. I'm planning to hit those on Tuesday. Aside from the occasional hunter's ribs in the road, it was nice and peaceful out there this morning. Was wishing it was dry and I had more time to just wander around. I didn't put much in the logbook. It was starting to rain, so I scribbled a quick note and sealed it back up. Took beanbag towel, left light stick, me. Found cache in late afternoon and viewed fantastic sunset. Weather had cleared by then. Saw squirrel in top of tree knocking down cones then gathering them up for deposit. Flushed out a grouse as well. Took our dog on this one and she had great time climbing in the nooks and crannies. Have been by the site many times but never noticed it. Glad I know about it now. Contents fine and dry. Left CD from Ridgefield Cache and took fire starters. Now after finding waiting for Julian Mountain Marsh, this should have been easy pickings. Found the lava beds and my GPS led me straight out to them. I had about 5 solid locks and got to a point where I was at 0 feet, but alas, no cache. I left the lava bed and came at it from a new direction with no improvement in results. I switched my batteries but still couldn't find it. I spent about an hour and 15 minutes checking every ravine, every tree stump, and every crevice I could find within 15 feet of where my GPS told me it should be, and I couldn't turn it up. Finally, exhausted and soaked, I reluctantly gave up. Unfortunately, I think someone has removed this cache. Maybe someone can go out there and confirm this. However, I did have fun and thought this was a great spot for a cache. Screaming Tree and I made it as far as N46 4.071 W120 to 18.288 in the 4WD. The snow had melted and refroze so many times, it made wheeled travel impossible. It was only a little over 3 miles to the cache site, so we decided to hike it. Hiking in snow, without snowshoes, is not very fun. But we kept getting closer, so we did not give up. The whole way I kept thinking how I could finance a snowmobile. We finally made it to the cache site, but the snow had covered all of the rocks, making the search difficult and dangerous. Many of the deep rock crevasses were covered in snow. I kept thinking how we would get out of there if we fell in one of these holes and broke a leg or something. Screaming Tree managed to get very close to the cache site. My Etrex Vista said 9 feet, but there was too much snow. We hiked all that way in the snow and had to turn back. We will be back in the summer. Cache site, too much snow. Not really sure if this cache is here anymore. I attempted this cache last year, but that time I ran out of daylight, so I figured to try again this year, but still no luck. We had fun. Oh, my dogs are a little scared of heights, but they managed to walk along the lava beds without too many issues. This was my girlfriend's first cache, so we were a little disappointed when we couldn't find it. Maybe someone that has been to this cache before can go and birthday that it is still there. Anyway, thanks for the hunt. I stopped by this cache in my way to see Bigfoot and Mountain Marsh today. I told myself that I'd spend half an hour looking and then move on if I hadn't found it. I never did find it, but I'm sure reluctant to give up. There are so many hiding spots in the lava bed. I did end up finding a tire gauge, of all things, which I needed anyway, so that was cool. I guess, if there was a tire gauge in the cache, I could take that as a sign that the cache was scattered. I didn't see any other evidence of a cache, though. I'd say it's either still there or it was completely removed. Unfortunately, I'm not sure which is the case. Just as I get to the cache site, I step up on a rock and my calf goes pop. Hobbled around for the next 30 minutes looking for the cache but never found it. But as there are hundreds of possible locations, I really can't guess if it's still there or not. Needless to say, my busted up leg put the kibosh in the rest of the day's caching. I searched high and low, literally, for this cache, but didn't see any sign of it. I thought I had found part of the tungsten jihad. Bad lead. Just an old tennis shoe. I packed it out. I guess it could still be there, with all the hiding spots around, but I didn't see it. Bob and Joseph, one pilot. I was up in the area checking on one of my own caches, and figured I could drive up here to check on this. I had found it back in October, and knew where to look. It was gone. I don't know if Mike will want to replace it, but there was no trace of it at all. It would seem there is now a new oldest existing cache. I'm going to archive this one. Mike, if you plan on replacing it, let me know and I'll unarchive it. Jeremy. Logged in error. Deleted log. Sorry about that, smiley face. Sorry, I logged this one by mistake, but we Dutch are good. After 2.5 years we tried this one again. This time there was no snow, but there are still mountains. We don't have them in Holland, so for us it is still difficult. We needed 9 hours, we walked 28 kilometers and we climbed 1,120 meters. Now what mountains are? We enjoyed the walk. It was very low but we managed. In the way there were beautiful views. Graft pictured them all. Thanks for this beautiful cache. Graft and Leo Holland. Wow, the Dutch are good. Humos Bolivia al traveling the Janapello Minho. E como eno podia dixer de certivamente por smiles. Akuzleskan.